to be optimistic.
The world is quite the dumpster fire right now, and you might be wondering, like, how do I maintain a positive mindset? How do I stay optimistic? What's going to happen with work, school, relationships, the world, politics, life, the existence of life on this planet? Don't forget about climate change. It's going to be there when this pandemic is over. This reminds me a lot of questions that come up when we're struggling with our mental health. Even in a good year, I hear these questions a lot, because when we're struggling with our mental health, our brains are throwing up just all of this terrible stuff all of the time. Like, we can't do the things that we really want to do when we're struggling with our mental health. We're seeing horrible, violent things happening. We're feeling things all the time we don't want to feel. Everything's uncertain. We feel lonely, feel like we're getting rejected, like we're going to be abandoned. And we end up doing all sorts of things that we feel we don't control. And it can be really difficult when we're struggling with our mental health to see a path forward. How can I be positive about what's going to happen? How can I be optimistic about the future? How can I know that good things are going to happen? The thing that I find so important to remember is that we don't have to hope that good things will happen. Optimism is creative. It's about building. It's not just about toxic positivity, trying to be cheerful and pretend like, oh, all the bad things. There's no bad things. I don't see bad things. All the bad things will magically go away and all the good things will magically happen. Good things aren't like leaves that just fall out of trees. Like, I'm waiting for good things to fall on me. It doesn't work like that. Positivity is positive. Like, think about a plus sign. It's about adding. You're gonna add something to the future. You're gonna add something to the present. You're gonna create and build. If we're simply hoping that bad things somehow magically go away, we're actually not being positive. We're being negative. We're trying to subtract. Whether it's recovery from mental illness or recovery from a disaster in society, it's so important to recognize that the absence of bad things is not the presence of good things. And for years when I struggled with my mental health, I was I thought being positive was just pretending I wasn't having bad feelings, or hoping that the intrusive thoughts or the violent images or whatever, or the paranoia, etc., would just kind of not be there. That was really an approach that just made things worse. And that's the exact same thing that happens in society. When we see something bad and we're like, okay, let's hope it just goes away, and let's pretend it's not there and maybe it'll work out. No, it gets worse. We have to turn towards the difficulty and the pain and touch that and learn how to handle that. Now, here's something you can do. Whatever it is you're trying to be optimistic about, look at where you position power in how you perceive that. Are you just hoping things are going to work out well? Because what we do then is we've given away any power we have. And then we need things to magically just turn out well in our favor. And that's a lottery mentality. And we're going to lose. So what we want to do is bring power back to ourselves. Right? I want to learn. I want to build skills to handle the dumpster fire in a shitstorm that is our world. I want to learn how to handle the squishy urge blob in my skull. I don't need it to just magically change somehow. I want to learn how to handle it. I want to build the capacity. I want to do new things. I want to try. I want to practice. I want to nourish myself so I have the energy for the actions that I want to do in my life. I want to sustain changes in my personal life and be optimistic about learning how to get better and better and better at that. I want to collaborate with other people so we can tackle these really big, complex, systemic changes that we need to make that affect so many people in the world, that affect the world itself, right? That's about positive change we're going to create. It has to be about something we create, about actions we take. What are you going to do? How are you going to connect with others to take action? There is absolutely no possible way whatsoever, with total certainty, I assure you of this, we can't know what's going to come in the future, inside of ourselves and around us. But what we can know is that we want to learn how to handle it. Practice giving yourself that trust.